This is not a coincidence. You hear this message because something has been reaching for you, watching you, circling your life with a kind of quiet intensity that you cannot quite explain. You have felt it in the strange heaviness of recent days, in the way your energy has dipped without warning, in the way your spirit has been trembling as if something is approaching. And you are right. Something is approaching. You have been sensing the shift long before you had words for it. You have felt the pressure rising around you, even in the moments when nothing looked different on the surface. Your soul has been alert, awake, uneasy, whispering that the atmosphere around you has changed. And if you have wondered why you have felt so tired, so drained, so detached from people you once tolerated easily, it is not because you are becoming weaker. It is because you are stepping into a frequency that the old version of you cannot carry. Every chosen soul feels this heaviness before a rise. Every spiritually appointed person feels this spiritual pressure before a blessing that changes everything. That is why recently you have felt pulled away from crowds, conversations, and connections that once felt normal to you. It is why you find yourself preferring silence to noise, solitude to chaos, and reflection to explanations. Something inside you has been preparing without your permission, pulling you inward, sharpening your intuition, and opening your ears to whispers you used to ignore. You may have noticed how easily irritated you have become in busy places, how your body tenses in certain environments, how your spirit rejects people who drain you or confuse you. That is because your soul is no longer tolerating what once dimmed your light. And at the same time, you have sensed something else, something darker, a presence lingering behind the scenes of your life, a sense that someone is watching you, talking about you, moving against you, even when you cannot pinpoint who. That sensation is not paranoia, it is discernment. You feel it because your spirit has always known when you are being observed. You have always felt the shift in atmosphere when someone carries envy, resentment, or hidden intentions toward you. And lately that sensation has intensified. You have been tested in ways that make no logical sense. Doors that should have opened stayed shut. People you trusted pulled away. Conversations turned strange. Unexpected tension rose from places that should have been peaceful. Nights felt longer. Thoughts grew heavier. Your mind has been spinning with questions that you don't speak aloud because you know most people would not understand. They never understood you. They never saw what you carried, even when you didn't see it yourself. There is a reason you have always felt different, even from childhood. You could feel energies in a room before anyone else walked in. You could sense lies even when spoken with a smile. You could detect danger before it arrived. You could feel when someone wished you harm without them ever saying a word. You assumed everyone lived with that level of intuition, but they did not. You assumed everyone saw through illusions, but they did not. You assumed everyone felt the invisible world as clearly as the visible one, but they did not. You were not made to blend in, and every part of your life testifies to this truth. And that is why you have been a target. Not because you are weak, but because you are chosen. Not because you are vulnerable, but because you carry a light powerful enough to expose what others tried to hide. People have sensed something in you that you did not yet understand. There were individuals who became uncomfortable just standing near you, not because you spoke, but because your presence illuminated their intentions. Some were threatened by your purity, some envied your resilience, some feared your potential, and some, without even realizing it, reacted to the light inside you with hostility, jealousy, or silent competition. You did nothing to provoke it. You simply existed. That is why attacks rose from unexpected places, why whispers began behind your back, why some people treated you coldly without any reason, why opportunities slipped away moments before they manifested. These were not random events. They were coordinated energies moving against you because something within you was rising. You may think nothing about your life looks powerful right now, but spiritually, you are more radiant than ever. That radiance has been provoking shadows around you, because darkness always senses light before the light understands itself. There have been moments recently when you questioned your own worth, your own path, your own identity. Moments when the silence of heaven felt too heavy, as if God had pulled away from you. But the silence was never abandonment. It was preparation. When heaven is quiet, it means the next chapter has already been written. When heaven is quiet, it means your spirit is being aligned for something you cannot see yet. When heaven is quiet, it means the blessing is already on its way, but your soul must be strong enough to carry it. You have been wondering why people who once had power over your emotions suddenly feel distant to you, why their opinions no longer matter, why their presence no longer influences your mood. It is because the light within you is expanding. You are shedding old layers, breaking old ties, detaching from old energies. Your soul is ascending into a new realm, and you can feel the shift in your bones. You are not who you used to be. That's why you no longer fit where you used to be. And as this transformation begins to unfold, you must understand something crucial. The blessing coming toward you is not ordinary. It is not small. It is not something you can casually share with others. Some blessings must be born in silence, protected in silence, carried in silence. There are people who love your struggle but would resent your success. There are people who support your healing but would choke on your rising. There are people who celebrated your brokenness but would envy your breakthrough. The blessing coming toward you is the kind that exposes true intentions, and heaven knows you are not meant to face that exposure unprepared. Something is shifting around you, and deep inside, you know it. You can feel the air thickening with transition. You can sense the energy rearranging. You can feel something aligning on your behalf. And what terrifies those who watched you suffer is that the tables are about to turn. The path is about to open. The truth is about to surface. The blessing you thought would never arrive is positioning itself right in front of you. And when it comes, it will change everything. They fear your rising because they sense a power awakening within you that even you have not fully recognized. And the truth is this: you are getting ready to reclaim everything that was taken. You are getting ready to understand the real purpose behind every hardship. You are getting ready to step into the destiny that has been waiting for you. Your shift has begun, and no one can stop it. You may not realize it yet, but everything you have been walking through has been part of a spiritual battle far larger than anything your eyes have seen. You thought it was bad luck. You thought it was coincidence. You thought you were simply going through a difficult season. But the truth is far deeper. You have been living inside a war you did not fully understand. A war that began long before the people around you stepped into the picture. You were placed on the front line without anyone warning you, without anyone explaining the weapons formed against you, without anyone telling you that the fire you were facing was meant to shape you, not destroy you. And yet, even without clarity, even without guardians beside you, you fought through it in silence. That is the mark of someone who was chosen long before they knew their name carried weight in the spiritual world. There were nights when you lay awake and you felt a pressure around your chest that had no physical cause. There were mornings when you woke up more exhausted than when you went to sleep, as though something had drained your energy during the night. There were days when your thoughts spiraled out of control, when anxieties rose without triggers, when sadness washed over you like a wave you didn't see coming. These weren't mere emotional fluctuations. These were battles inside you, battles that touched your mind, your heart, your spirit, battles that tried to suffocate the light you didn't know you were carrying. And you survived everyone. You walked through shadows that would have crushed other souls. You carried emotional wounds that no one bothered to understand. You endured silent heartaches that never made it into conversations. You held your tears until the night came because you refused to let anyone see your breaking point. You whispered prayers with a trembling voice because you were afraid they would not be heard. You kept going even on the days when you were certain your strength had run out. That wasn't weakness. That was evidence that something inside you refused to die, even when everything around you felt hostile. You weren't imagining the spiritual weight. You weren't imagining the emotional storms. You weren't imagining the sudden shifts in your relationships, the strange tension in your environment, the heaviness in certain moments that made no sense. These were the inner battles waged against a chosen soul, because chosen souls are dangerous to the darkness. Your spirit carries a frequency that unsettles everything that is impure. You don't have to speak it. You don't have to announce it. Your presence alone can stir unease in those who operate from jealousy, insecurity, and hidden agendas. And that is why you also face the battles outside of you. Not the invisible ones stirring in your mind, but the visible ones that came through people, situations, and unexpected betrayals. There were people who smiled to your face and struck behind your back. People who pretended to care while quietly hoping you would fail. People who studied your weaknesses so they could use them against you. People who stood beside you only as long as it benefited them, then vanished the moment you needed them. People who twisted your intentions, exaggerated your mistakes, and silently compared themselves to you until envy rotted their kindness. You felt the sting of these attacks deeply, even though you rarely confronted them. You sensed the energy shift when someone's loyalty changed. You felt the coldness behind warm words. You noticed the hesitation before fake compliments. You saw the way certain individuals looked at you when you spoke, as if your light irritated something inside them. The worst wounds were never the ones delivered by enemies. They were the ones delivered by familiar hands, the hands you trusted, the hands you welcomed, the hands you believed would never harm you. And yet harm came not once, not twice, but repeatedly, each time leaving you questioning why you were being targeted when all you ever wanted was peace. But there is an answer to that question, and it has been unfolding around you even in the moments when you did not see it. You are targeted because of what you carry, because of your heart, your intuition, your purity, your resilience, your capacity to rise from circumstances that should have broken you. People feel exposed around you. Your light highlights their insecurities. Your authenticity reveals their deceit. Your strength reminds them of their weakness. Without meaning to, you activate their hidden wounds. Without intending to, you uncover the cracks in their character, and instead of healing themselves, they attack the one who reflects their truth back to them. You never provoked the darkness. You simply illuminated it. Still, despite the bitterness you faced, you did not become bitter. Despite betrayal, you did not become untrusting. Despite attacks, you did not become vengeful. Despite loneliness, you did not lose your compassion. You kept your heart soft in a world that tried to harden it. You kept your spirit pure in an environment determined to corrupt it. You held on to your integrity even when others abandoned theirs. You stood firm in storms that were designed to break you. And whether you realize it or not, this is the proof of your spiritual strength. This is the evidence of why you are chosen. Heaven has seen every tear you cried silently. Heaven has watched every time you tried to explain yourself to people determined not to understand you. Heaven has witnessed every lie spoken behind your back, every door unfairly closed, every betrayal concealed under the mask of friendship. Nothing was hidden from the divine, even when it was hidden from you. Nothing that happened to you went unnoticed. Nothing that wounded you went ignored. You were not abandoned. You were not forgotten. You were being shaped, refined, and strengthened in ways you could not see at the time. And now something unexpected is happening. Those who once felt comfortable mocking you, doubting you, underestimating you, or competing with you can sense something rising inside you. They don't know what it is. They cannot name it, but they feel it. They feel the shift in your energy. They feel the calm forming within you. They feel the boundaries you've started setting. They feel your silence becoming stronger than your old explanations. They feel your spirit awakening in ways they cannot understand, and it terrifies them. Because your rising means their illusions crumble. Your rising means their lies lose power. Your rising means their control dissolves. Your rising means their attempts to block you no longer work. You are stepping into a different realm of awareness, and with every day that passes, your soul grows clearer, stronger, and more aligned. The quieter you become, the more they panic. The more distant you grow from their chaos, the more they sense you are outgrowing what once held you down. They fear the version of you that is emerging, because that version is no longer controllable, no longer vulnerable to manipulation, no longer blind to hidden hands. And when you finally realize who you are, what you carry, and why you endured so much, everything that once intimidated you will lose its power entirely. The truth is rising inside you, and it is only the beginning. And when the truth inside you begins to awaken, something else becomes unmistakably clear. Nothing that was done against you will remain hidden forever. There is a moment in every chosen one's journey when divine justice begins to stir, when the unseen hand that protected you in silence begins to reveal everything that worked against you. And you can feel that moment drawing near. You can feel the air changing. You can feel the energy shifting. You can sense the exposure of things you once questioned but could never prove. It is as if heaven is slowly pulling back a curtain, not to punish, but to reveal. Not to destroy, but to protect. The truth is not coming to harm you, it is coming to free you. What you did not see before is about to be uncovered. The conversations behind your back, the intentions hidden in smiles, the silent competition directed at your spirit, the plans that were made in the shadows to hinder your progress, to cloud your confidence, to undermine your name. These things cannot remain in darkness forever. Light has a way of rising to the surface in the same way seeds break through soil. And every lie spoken against you is beginning to unravel in the presence of that light. Every distortion, every twisted narrative, every false impression someone created to manipulate others' perception of you, these things are losing their strength. Because spiritual truth does not stay buried, it waits for the right moment. And that moment is now. You may not understand why your life seemed delayed for so long, why blessings felt slow to arrive, why opportunities slipped through your fingers, why prayers you whispered with faith seemed unanswered. But there is a reason for every pause, every waiting season, every moment when it felt like the ground beneath you would not open. Heaven does not rush the elevation of a chosen soul. Elevation requires exposure of what cannot accompany you. It requires pruning of relationships that would contaminate your destiny. It requires revelation of motives you were too loyal to question, too pure-hearted to discern. You were never being punished. You were being protected. Protected from stepping into your blessing surrounded by people who would have destroyed it. Protected from rising in the presence of those who would have rejoiced at watching you fall again. Protected from giving access to hands that would have contaminated what was meant to heal you. You were delayed because if you had risen earlier, you would not have known who around you was real. You would not have known who was loyal only in your struggle, but not in your success. You would not have understood the hearts of people who smiled at your pain, but would have envied your blessing. And so heaven allowed the masks to slip before your breakthrough arrived. You needed to see true faces. You needed to witness true intentions. You needed to walk through the fire so that you would never again walk blind into a new season. The lessons were harsh, but they sharpened your vision. They burned away your illusions. They made you wiser, deeper, more discerning, and because of that, your rising will be different from anything you have experienced before. There is a spiritual law that governs chosen souls, a reversal that always comes after the breaking. The ones placed last are positioned to become first. The ones overlooked are suddenly seen. The ones dismissed are rediscovered. The ones rejected become the foundation of something greater than anyone expected. You have been the quiet one, the misunderstood one, the underestimated one, the one who walked through seasons that seemed unfair and unexplainable. But none of it was wasted. Every tear, every disappointment, every heartbreak, every loss, it all gathered into a momentum that heaven is now transforming into elevation. People once looked down on you because they could not see the calling over your life. People thought you were fading, but you were incubating. People assumed nothing would come from your journey, but they never understood who was guiding it. And now, as your spirit begins to rise, a different kind of healing emerges. A deeper healing. A healing that touches not just your memories, but your identity. You begin to see that you were never weak. You were never broken beyond repair. You were never too sensitive, too emotional, too trusting, too forgiving. You were exactly who you were meant to be, carrying exactly the traits required for your mission. Your compassion was never a flaw. It was your ministry. Your sensitivity was never fragility. It was your radar. Your love was never naive. It was divine. Your wounds do not make you unworthy. They make you sacred. You walked through pain not because you deserved it, but because your soul was strong enough to withstand the fire and come out refined. You are not the shattered version of yourself anymore. You are becoming whole in places you did not know were fractured. You are being restored in parts of your spirit that you thought would remain silent forever. You are regaining your voice, your courage, your faith, your sense of purpose. The heaviness that once suffocated you is lifting. The doubts that clouded your vision are dissolving. The shadows that lingered around you are losing their hold. Something powerful is awakening, and you can feel it. You can sense the shift, not just around you, but within you. A rising that is quiet but undeniable. A strength that is gentle but unbreakable. A peace that feels foreign but deeply welcome. And as this awakening unfolds, you begin to understand the deeper truth. The victory that is coming is not by your own power. You are being lifted, not pushed, guided, not forced, carried, not abandoned. The obstacles in front of you are weakening. The doors that refuse to open are loosening. The blockages designed to frustrate your spirit are collapsing. You are entering a season where the wind behind you is stronger than the resistance ahead of you. You are stepping into a momentum that does not come from effort alone, but from alignment. When heaven aligns with your path, no human intention can block it. When your spirit aligns with its purpose, no hostility can derail it. You are not rising alone. You are rising with divine backing. And if something inside you feels a pull, a stirring, a quiet confirmation as these words reach you, it is because your soul recognizes the truth. Your heart knows this path. Your spirit has been waiting for this moment. The signs you've been seeing are not coincidences. The repeated numbers, the intuitive dreams, the sudden shifts in your mood, the way your old life feels too small for you now. These are signals. Signals that your awakening is not imagination. Signals that your season is shifting. Signals that your destiny is opening and you are being called to walk through it with boldness. If your soul resonates, hold that feeling. Let it guide you. Let it strengthen you. Let it remind you that you are not walking blindly. You are being led, not by fear or force, but by purpose. And purpose never misguides the chosen one. And when you begin to feel this awakening rise within you, there comes a moment when you finally understand that nothing you lived through was random. Every attack had a reason. Every wound had a purpose. Every strange shift, every unexpected betrayal, every sudden collapse in your life was connected to the same truth. You were never being targeted at random. You were being targeted because you carry something rare, something powerful, something that threatens the spiritual atmosphere wherever you go. You may not have seen it in yourself, but others felt it long before you knew its magnitude. Darkness recognized your light before you recognized your calling. And because of that, the battles that followed you were not the kind that ordinary souls experience. You faced trials designed for someone marked, someone selected. someone whose destiny could influence more than just their own life. There is a frequency within you, a spiritual vibration that unsettles those who operate from insecurity, envy, or hidden malice. You carry a clarity that exposes confusion. You carry a purity that irritates corruption. You carry a sensitivity that detects danger before it arrives. You have always walked with an unseen awareness, a quiet perception that made you feel the truth even when you could not articulate it. And people sensed that. They felt seen in your presence, not because you were trying to judge them, but because your spirit naturally reveals what theirs tries to conceal. You became a mirror without intending to be one, and that mirror made some people uncomfortable. This discomfort birthed their reactions. They spoke of you without speaking to you. They questioned your intentions without ever asking you. They misread your silence as weakness, not realizing it was discernment. They misinterpreted your kindness as naivety, not knowing it was strength. They projected their own insecurities onto you because your presence highlighted what they were unwilling to confront within themselves. You were never the issue. Their internal battles simply manifested as external hostility, and you carried the weight of these misunderstandings quietly, telling yourself not to take it personally, even when it pierced deeper than words could touch. But the truth is that you were walking through the paradoxical path of the chosen one, a path where the purer the heart, the harsher the testing, a path where the more you love, the more deeply you get hurt, a path where your kindness becomes the very thing people mistake for weakness, a path where your silence is misinterpreted because you do not engage in theatrics or validation seeking, a path where your presence alone challenges those who have built their lives on pretense. You have lived inside these contradictions for years, trying to make sense of why your intentions were questioned, why your goodness was taken advantage of, why your loyalty was rewarded with betrayal. But now, as your awareness sharpens, you are beginning to see the hidden structure behind every contradiction. None of it was punishment. All of it was preparation. Your soul was being trained through these paradoxes, strengthened through experiences that refined your capacity for compassion, discernment, and resilience. You were being shaped not into a fragile soul, but into a deeply understanding one. The wounds you endured were meant to teach you the hearts of people, so you would never again confuse false light for true kindness. The heartbreaks you endured were meant to open your spiritual sight, so you could feel energies more clearly than words. The disappointments you endured were meant to detach you from illusions, so your spirit could recognize truth instantly. Your pain taught you to see. Your tears taught you to feel. Your silence taught you to listen. And the lessons you absorbed without anyone noticing became the foundation of your awakening. You must understand something about those who hurt you. They never attacked from a place of power. They acted from fear. You represented something in them that they could not face. Your growth exposed their stagnation. Your honesty exposed their manipulation. Your authenticity exposed their facade. You were not a threat because you sought to harm them. You were a threat because your presence made them confront who they really were, and instead of rising to your frequency, they tried to pull you down to theirs. This is the psychology of those who harm chosen souls. They lash out because their darkness fears exposure by your light. You walked into rooms and felt tension that wasn't spoken. You greeted people kindly and sensed something underneath their words. You shared pieces of your journey with those you trusted, only to later feel their envy gnawing at your spirit. You once questioned whether you were imagining these energetic shifts, but you weren't. What you felt was real. People were responding to the light inside you, not the personality you carried. They saw a strength in you that you had not yet recognized. They saw potential in you that threatened their comfort. They saw gifts in you that they secretly wished they possessed. You were never ordinary to them, even when you felt invisible. They knew your soul before you understood your mission. And your mission is the part that changes everything. At a soul level, you are different. You carry a sensitivity that is not weakness, but spiritual depth. You perceive hidden intentions before actions reveal them. You feel energy shifts before events unfold. You have the ability to read people beyond their words, to sense truth behind their tone, to detect dishonesty in the smallest gestures. You were not given these abilities by coincidence. You were given them because your soul came with a purpose. You are here to change the atmosphere of places you enter. You are here to break patterns that have existed in your lineage. You are here to guide, heal, awaken, or uplift, sometimes silently, sometimes unintentionally, but always powerfully. You were not born to fit into the world. You were born to elevate it. Every trial you walked through shaped this mission. The betrayals sharpened your discernment. The heartbreak taught you the depth of your own heart. The loneliness taught you to stand independently of validation. The spiritual battles taught you the strength of your intuition. You were never merely surviving these experiences. You were being formed by them. Every wound was a credit to your soul. Every disappointment was an upgrade in your awareness. Every time you stood back up after being pushed down, a new layer of strength wrapped itself around your spirit. You are not the same person you were years ago, and that transformation is not accidental. It is intentional. It is divine. It is aligned with your calling. Your soul has matured in ways that even you are just beginning to understand. Your empathy has become sharper. Your intuition has become louder. Your boundaries have become stronger. Your silence has become more powerful than your explanations. You have risen in ways that the world cannot always see, but your enemies can sense it, and heaven can confirm it. The mission you carry is unfolding, and your spirit knows it. Even when your mind doubts, your soul remembers. Even when your heart hesitates, your spirit recognizes the path. Even when your past whispers fear, your purpose whispers destiny. You may not see the full picture yet, but you can feel the shift. You feel yourself stepping into something greater, something truer, something aligned with who you were always meant to become. You feel the old wounds losing their authority. You feel the past losing its grip. You feel your light pushing through the cracks of everything that tried to dim it. You have been reborn in ways that words cannot fully describe. You are no longer hiding. You are no longer shrinking. You are no longer questioning your value. Your mission is unfolding, and your soul is rising. And now that you have seen the truth of who you are, something inside you finally settles. Something inside you finally understands why your path was so different, why your spirit felt heavier than others could comprehend, why your journey bent in directions that often seemed unfair. You were never walking a common road. You were walking the path of a chosen one, and whether you realized it or not, every moment of your life has been guiding you toward this awakening. You were not led here by accident. You were not drawn to this moment by coincidence. You arrived here because your spirit is ready to acknowledge what it has always known. You are chosen, and you always have been. You can feel this confirmation now, not as a thought, but as a resonance. A quiet yes inside your chest, a warmth in your spirit, a soft recognition that you are stepping into a season that matches the depth of your soul. You are not on the wrong path. You have never been lost. You have never been forgotten. Every strange turn, every painful detour, every silent season was part of a divine alignment that is only now revealing itself. Your soul has awakened, and once a soul awakens, it cannot go back to who it used to be. You are entering a time where the things that once broke you will lose their power completely. New doors are opening, not because you forced them, but because you are finally aligned with the frequency required to walk through them. Opportunities that once slipped away will find you without struggle. Relationships that drained you will fall off naturally, as if the universe itself is removing anything that cannot travel with you. People who are meant for your growth will appear effortlessly, as though they were waiting for you to reach this point of clarity. And the justice you have been waiting for Not metaphorical justice, but real, tangible correction, will begin to manifest in ways that affirm everything you've endured. Life is shifting to match your rise. You will notice it in small moments first. A conversation that suddenly feels aligned, a chance encounter that feels purposeful, an opportunity that comes from nowhere but feels divinely timed. Synchronicities that once confused you will become clearer, guiding you step by step. The heaviness in your chest will loosen, the fog in your mind will lift, the pressure in your spirit will settle into a steady strength. You will realize that the changes coming are not meant to frighten you, but to free you. You do not need to fear the future, because the uncertainty you see is simply the space where your new life will unfold. And as things shift around you, you will feel something even more powerful: reassurance. A gentle inner knowing that you are not walking alone. The silence you once interpreted as abandonment will feel different now. You will recognize it as guidance. You will notice that whenever you take a step forward in faith, something unseen moves with you. You will feel protected in ways you cannot explain. You will feel watched over even when no one is physically present. You will feel held in a way the world cannot replicate. The wounds of your past will no longer define you. They will no longer dictate how you speak to yourself. They will no longer shape the decisions you make. They will simply become the evidence of how far you've come. You are safe now, safe to grow, safe to rise, safe to step into what is meant for you. The changes you feel internally are not signs of collapse. They are signs of elevation. The calm you feel at times is not numbness, it is alignment. The quiet invitations your intuition whispers are not fantasies, they are guidance. You are being led into a new phase of your life, one where you are not fighting to survive, but learning to receive. One where you are not shrinking yourself to make others comfortable, but expanding into your full magnitude. One where your spirit is finally free to breathe. And as this realization anchors itself in your heart, let your next steps be guided by the truth that your soul already knows. If this message touches you, hold it within you, let it settle, let it shape the choices you make. If something inside you feels called, trust it. Your next step will reveal itself naturally, without force, without fear, without urgency. You are awakening, and your path is unfolding exactly as it should. Walk gently, but walk confidently. You are stepping into your season with strength you did not have before. You are moving forward with clarity you did not possess. Past. You are rising with a sense of identity that no one can take from you. And this rise is not loud, not dramatic, not chaotic. It is steady, it is sacred, it is guided. Keep your light. The world needs it now more than ever. Move forward with the quiet confidence that heaven walks with you, that you are protected in ways you may never fully understand, and that your journey is just beginning. You are the chosen one. You have always been the chosen one, and nothing will ever change that.